Hello everyone! Today we're going to look at some strategies that may help you perform your FCE listening tasks really successfully. So let's have a look at the task itself. As you can see, today we're going to deal with part 3. In this part, you will hear 5 different people talking about something. So my first tip is to read instructions really carefully. We're going to hear 5 people talking about holidays. So the general topic of the task is holidays. We have to identify how each person feels about the holiday. So the word feels is strongly connected with the emotions. That is why I strongly advise you to pay attention to the way the speakers talk. And right now, let's just scan all the options, all the statements. One more important thing is to predict the possible answers, is to predict the speaker's speeches, the speaker's ways of performing some information. So let's just have a look at each of the statements. And as you can see, I have underlined some key words that may help us understand what is it all about. Spend a long time planning the holiday. So long time gives us a hint that the speaker is going to mention a really long period of time. B. Regrets spending a lot of money. So once again, do not forget about the speaker's emotions. A person who really regrets spending a lot of money may sound sad or even annoyed. C. Was disappointed with the hotel. Here again, we can see a word with a negative connotation. Disappointed. Maybe he's going to say something bad about the hotel. Why is he or she disappointed? D. Had a very long holiday. Now you can see that we can that points A and D may be really similar, because both are dealing with periods of time, long periods of time. But the main difference here is that the speaker from point A spent a long time planning holiday, so planning, and speaker from point D had a long holiday. So we are not going to hear anything about the planning in terms of speaker from point D. Speaker point E shows us that the speaker enjoyed a very luxurious hotel. So he or she may sound really pleased. And as far as we can see, the hotel was luxurious. We'll hear some options, some facilities that the hotel offered. Finally, point F. Speaker went somewhere interesting. The word somewhere proves that we're going to hear some information about places of interests. Maybe some places will be mentioned. While looking through the tasks, while looking through the statements, try to predict. And now I suggest that we get down to business. So let's start listening to the tasks, to the tape.
You will hear 5 different people talking about holidays they have had. For questions 19 to 23, Choose from the list A to F how each person feels about the holiday. Use the letters only once. There is one extra letter which you do not need to use. Speaker 1.
It came as a complete surprise. Right out of the blue, she came home and told me she'd been made redundant from work and said, why didn't we just take off for a year and travel around the world?
Take off for a year. A really long period of time. This is a hint. Let's listen further.
Well, it just all seemed to make sense. I wasn't enjoying my work at the time and was thinking about doing something else. Her company had given her quite a generous redundancy package, and also we could rent out our house for the year. That would give us enough to live on for the year, as long as we were careful with our money. And I'm pleased to say that we were, apart from the occasional few luxuries here and there. You know, meals and expensive restaurants for special occasions like birthdays or anniversaries, that kind of thing.
The speaker mentioned the option of being careful with money. So we're not going to use the option about luxurious hotel, because luxury has nothing to do with being careful with money. A very long journey is point D. Let's just put it here. It's point D. That looks really disgusting. I'm going to what? Maybe to print it there. It's point D. Let's go on.
Speaker 2.
It's something I've been looking into for some time. To tell you the truth, it's something I've wanted to do ever since I was a kid. It just never seemed that it would be something I could realistically do.
For some time, since the speaker was a kid. Again, long periods of time.
So it just remained a dream. But after somebody told me how cheap it was when you actually got there, I started to do some serious research.
Serious research looks like a procedure of getting prepared for something, getting ready for something.
And really, although actually getting there is very expensive, the price of the hotels, restaurants, and travelling around the country is so low compared to places in Europe, it means that in total, you're not paying much more than you would for a cheap holiday on the beach in Greece or Spain. And it's a lot more interesting than just lying around on a beach somewhere. It was great. I'm going back there next year. I didn't think I would ever be able to say that.
The main idea of the speech given by the speaker was that he was getting ready for this journey in advance. So it took a long time to get ready. That is why option A fits there. Let's just put A and let's go on.
Speaker 3.
It's not every day you go on honeymoon, but if you ask me, it was all a bit over the top. We had our own private beach and the staff couldn't do enough for us. They wouldn't.
Private beach? That sounds luxurious. That sounds really luxurious.
Let us do a thing for ourselves. For example, if I tried to pour myself a drink, somebody would suddenly appear and take the bottle out of my hand and finish pouring it. I know.
That's a really top service. But does the speaker sound happy?
All these luxuries that you're paying for, but it's a bit much for me and wasn't something I was comfortable with.
it wasn't something she was comfortable with.
I suppose you must just get used to it after a while. But all the time, I kept thinking that it would have been a better idea if we'd used that money to buy a washing machine and some new furniture, instead of going to all that expense.
She even thought of spending the money, that it would be a better idea to spend money on some furniture. So that was a really luxurious hotel. But did she like it? She spent a lot of money on it. And it's quite obvious that she regrets spending a big sum of money. That is why I choose option B. And we're gone.
Speaker 4.
To tell you the truth, the hotel was a bit of a letdown. The big
A bit of a letdown. Let down.
in the brochure were flattering, to say the very least. The restaurant was supposed to be 5-star.
Was supposed to be, but was it actually?
But I can honestly say I've had better food in a motorway service station.
They could serve better food. So food wasn't good.
It wasn't all bad, though. The area itself was lovely.
It wasn't bad. Look, do you hear his emotions? He sounds disappointed.
Beach near the village was lovely and had everything you could ask for. Clean white sand, beautiful blue sea, palm trees. And the locals were really friendly and really made a fuss of the kids. I think we'll go back there soon, but we'll definitely stay in a different hotel.
Different hotel. So it gives us a hint. It makes us understand that this guy was annoyed. He didn't enjoy his holiday because of the hotel. Let's look at option C. Disappointed with hotel. And we keep on listening.
One wasn't good value for money at all.
Speaker 5.
I'd really been looking forward to going there, and I wasn't disappointed, not in the least. From the moment you were...
Wasn't disappointed. She sounds really happy.
arrived there, you feel immersed in its history. It's the birthplace of civilization, after all. And every street you walk down reminds you of this. I know some people wouldn't find it much fun to be going from boring museum to boring museum, but it wasn't like that. When you see some of the collections they have in the museums.
Streets, museums, sounds like places to visit.
And you see it in context of the city itself.
The context of the city? That's a kind of place. That's a kind of somewhere you can go.
Well, it's an extraordinary feeling. The weather wasn't great, but I don't think that spoiled it for us at all. It's not like you go to a place like that just to sit on the beach and get a tan. We had a week there, but really you'd need a month just to see everything.
The speaker thinks she needs more time to see everything she wants. It seems that this woman or this girl really enjoyed her holiday. She liked the place because she went somewhere interesting. Definitely, it's option F. So, today we have looked at some strategies that may help us understand the way for successful performance of the tasks from the listening part FCE. Do not forget that you are going to listen to the tape script. You're going to listen to the tape twice. That may help you look at some different points once again. I wish you good luck with your practice. I wish you good luck with the exams. See you soon. Bye-bye.